Dark side of the stream, Mike the Intern and J. Stevens. Watching documentaries so you don't have to. 104.7 The Cave.
104.7 The Cave. Mike the Intern, Jay Stevens back in the studio. Dark Side of the Stream, episode 279 this week. My choice, it was called Marty, Life is Short, and you can watch it on Netflix. Great documentary about one of my favorite comedic actors of all time.
What a nice, just positive guy, you know?
Yeah, like he, at every turn, I use the Kathy Lee Gifford example. Like after his wife died, like 2 years after he died, he goes on that show and she's talking about her in the present tense, completely oblivious to the fact that his wife, the love of his life, had died 2 years prior to ovarian cancer. And he handled the whole situation with grace.
Just a nice
and
guy.
That is such a tell on what the true character of that person is.
Yeah.
In the beginning, or maybe it was, I can't remember what part of the documentary, is it definitely in the trailer. C. Martin, who's another one of my favorite actors of all time, and comedic actors, says, you know, if you're planning a party and you find out that Marty can't be there, you cancel the party.
Yeah. And that's Steve Martin saying
and that's
that.
coming from Steve Martin, who the two of them in Only Murders in the Building are phenomenal. That show
I haven't
good.
watched that, but I feel like it's really good.
You should watch it.
From what
really
the little snippets, the trailers I've seen,
it's solid.
Gosh, it looks good.
Every season is really solid.
And then when I'm thinking of something to watch, I forget about that.
You need to watch it.
I should.
It's really good. They're short, 30-minute episodes. They're written extremely well. His character is so good. You know, he does such a great job of. You know it's Martin Short, but he does such a good job of being someone else at the same time.
Which they said through the whole thing. When he would do these characters, it was just so believable, these characters.
Because it's him.
Yeah.
And it's not, and don't make the mistake of, like, I've talked about this before, like the Pauly Shore thing, like Son-in-Law, Encino Man, In the Army Now. All those movies are, Pauly Shore's in the Army. Yes. Pauly Shore has a caveman in his backyard. Pauly Shore wants to marry your farmer's daughter. Like, those are just him being himself in completely weird or out of the ordinary situations. Martin Short, that's the true talent that he has, is that he can be like SCTV in that skit where he's basically, they're making fun of the Sex Pistols and he's like, I hate the Queen. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, the spiky hair. You know, I mean, he's such a small.
That's great acting, right?
But like
you believe in somebody else, right?
You're like, oh my God, this guy could have totally fronted a late 70s punk band all day. Yeah. No question. We'll talk about his career in this episode and some of our favorite movies from him and some of the stuff that he faced in his life. Marty, Life is Short. This episode, Dark Side of the Stream on 104.7 The Cave.
Dark Side of the Stream, Mike the Intern and J. Stevens. Watching documentaries so you don't have to. 104.7 The Cave.
Jay Stevens, Mike the Intern, back in the studio. It's Dark Side of the Stream, episode 279. This week was my pick, Marty, Life is Short, about Martin Short on Netflix. What are your? I'll let you go first because I have a lot to talk about in this regard.
Yeah, well, I know that
I'm an '80s kid, so
I know you're a lot bigger on the movie scene than I am.
Well, Three Amigos is like,
I think it's one of your favorite movies.
It is, hands down.
Yeah,
I could probably, oh man, I could almost do it line for line.
Well, those guys, that little trio, there was actually more than 4 or 5 of them, but that clique. They just had a run there for a while.
Yeah.
Chevy Chase, Steve Martin,
well,
Martin Short, Dan Aykroyd, these guys had a run.
The thing about what's crazy is that after he got so big with SCTV, he only did a year at SNL. And then had a major motion.
And I would have thought it was much more because I would associate it with
because
SNL.
He had so many impactful characters on there that it was hard to deny that he had what he had.
Yeah, if it was a trivia question, how many years was he on Saturday Night Live? I'd probably have been like 5, 6, you know.
Like 1 year. That's it.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, because it went by so fast. So yeah, what do you I mean,
none of those. I know The Amigos movie, great. I have the costume at home. That's what I wear on Cinco de Mayo.
The costume, never seen the movie.
I've seen the movie. But I just remember always, whatever role I would see him in, he'd be like this happy, pleasant, put a smile on your face character.
Always.
You know, always.
No cheap shots.
I think
Almost
it just-
self-deprecating to a point every time.
Like, almost like, just...
I mean, when he
being
plays the
himself,
uncle,
man.
like when he plays the uncle character in Arrested Development who can't walk, he has like no use of his lower body because he's so small. And they have this bodyguard that just lifts him up and carries him around everywhere. It's like Uncle Jack or something. Like that, like that character, Frank and Father of the Bride, an incredible. I mean, that character makes the ridiculousness of that whole process believable. Three Amigos,
I know
hands
that's one of
down.
my favorites.
Ned Niederlander is obviously one of the fastest guns in the West and should never be trifled with. He is the man, and he's so good in that movie.
I wonder how the dynamic was with him and Chevy Chase.
You can tell that most everyone just kind of, I mean, Chevy Chase, did we do that documentary?
I feel like we did, because
I
I
think we
know
did,
we've discussed
'cause
the
we talked-
topic
we
of
talked-
that he's
I
not
mean-
that cool of a dude.
Oh, he's definitely the opposite of a cool dude.
Yeah.
But he had a lot of really, really bad things happen to him growing up. Now, I'm not saying this as to excuse his behavior and the things he's done and the stories you've heard, but at the same time, it gives you the perspective of
I think
why
he was
kinda
also in
is
a lot
the-
of pain from doing all those physical stunt comedy
later
comedic
on,
stunts.
but like
Yeah,
not
that
in
kind of
the-
makes you
not-
grouchy, you know,
not-
if you're
yeah,
in
yeah.
pain a lot, it makes you
But
grouchy.
you know, again, you look at a guy like Martin Short,
Yeah.
and
I don't
what
think
he went through.
I don't think he'd ever be
and
mad.
He
I
never
can't see the
puts it
guy
back
being
out
mad.
of the world.
Yeah, I can't
ever.
see the guy being mad.
And that's the difference. You know what I mean? Three Amigos, one of my favorites. Another one that a lot of people don't talk about is Inner Space, which has got Dennis Quaid. Dennis Quaid is a test pilot, and basically
Gets stuck in the wrong guy.
Yeah, they shrink him down, and Martin Short gets shot in the butt with it, and he goes into Martin Short's body, which again, and Meg Ryan's in it, young Meg Ryan, just yeah, for sure. That Southern California kind of, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I know those types.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know those types.
It's weird that I have these like these movies that came out, you know, when I was a toddler.
Boy, you had a lot
and
of crushes from that era.
Also, I blame HBO in the early days of HBO because they would I think Three Amigos was an HBO movie. I don't know if Inner Space was, but they played it on HBO all the time. A lot of Martin Short movies.
For these young kids
got
listening,
played on HBO
back in the day, yeah,
heavy
there would be
rotation.
like 5 movies, and they'd run all week long,
the time,
just those 5
and
movies.
I saw those movies
Yeah.
so many times. Inner Space, another good one that I loved. Obviously, Captain Ron, he's in Father of the Bride, which is a good movie. It's one of my wife's favorite movies of all time. So
And he wasn't the main guy in these movies.
never has to be.
Yeah, he's always
But he
like the third or fourth guy.
but it doesn't matter. Impactful.
We both said impactful at the same time.
Extremely impactful. In that, I think, you know, whether you're acting or you're a musician or you're a DJ, we talk about word economy all the time. You want to be as impactful as you can without overstating your welcome.
Got that, Tyler?
And knowing when to get in and to get out and just leave them wanting more, because you every single situation in movie that we've mentioned, TV show, that's what he is.
Yeah.
That's what he brings to the table. He gives you some of himself, but not too much, and then he's out. And that's like the perfect place to be. Like as far as my my opinion. Also was in Mars Attacks, which great movie.
So was Jack.
But he wasn't always smiles, and the guy went through a lot. And we'll talk about that too next. Dark Side of the Stream on 104.7 The Cave.
Dark side of the stream, Mike the Intern and Jay Stevens, watching documentaries so you don't have to. 104.7 The Cave.
Jay Stevens, Mike the Intern, back in the studio. Dark Side of the Stream, episode 279. Marty, life is short. It was cool to see his career, how talented he was, where he came from, all that stuff, everything he's done. Which, again, being one of my favorite comedic actors from when I knew or was aware of him in the mid 80s till now, anytime he's in something, I'm like, oh, hell yes. And about 10, 15 years ago, his wife got ovarian cancer and lost her life pretty quickly. And if you know anyone that has gone through that and didn't beat it, that is cancer in general is horrific, but that one is definitely not an easy thing to watch. And you could definitely feel from him that he still loves her very much.
Yeah, for sure.
And then this year, one of his daughters took her own life. So, again,
keep your head up.
Yeah,
That, man.
And he, again, his grace. That's like the central part of, I think, him is the difference between someone like we mentioned with Chevy who got a bum rap early in life and put it back out into the world. Regardless of what hand, yes, we can sit here and praise Martin Short and be like, oh my God, he's the man. And yes, he gets paid and he's extremely lucky to deal with it. But you also, through his grief, see that he is just a real human being.
Yeah.
And that grief doesn't care if you have $1 billion or you're making minimum wage or whatever. It happens to everyone. So it's how you process and how you then deal with that going forward. And he never put it back out. And he's still got kids he's still got, they're adult children, but like he still has to be a father. You know what I mean? And he's overwhelmingly good at that too. He's just such a good dude. Like he's a good father. He was a great husband. He was.
It just seems like an all-around good dude. Like just positivity, spreading positivity.
Yeah, through whether it was his trade or the philanthropy stuff, because after he walked, or just going to parties.
Yeah, just being a dude.
Coolest guy, and definitely one that I appreciate and has made my life a lot better because he exists. And when we come back, we will do our reviews next. Dark Side of the Stream on 104.7 The Cave.
Dark Side of the Stream, Mike the Intern and Jay Stevens. Watching documentaries so you don't have to. 104.7 The Cave.
Jay Stevens, Mike the Intern, back in the studio. Dark Side of the Stream, episode 279. This week we did my pick on Netflix, Marty, Life is Short. I'm going to give it a perfect score just because it's Martin Short. And
Right, I figured you
it's
I'm going to go 4 just because it was a nice story, but it didn't like rewrite anything or nothing blew my mind.
Well, you got to see a bunch of movies you probably didn't know. Or that
his
and
story. I love hearing people's stories,
Do not sell the SCTV stuff short, though. Like his stuff.
So many people came from that, too.
Candy stuff that he did. Like, there are so many good skits in that show that are just unbelievable.
The Farm League to Saturday Night Live.
But you can't cut it like that because it's like saying the same thing to, even though that SNL was more popular, I put SCTV on a certain level, and sometimes better level, as far as some of the skits. It's skit TV, and sometimes you have these hit or misses. SCTV, man,
solid.
Sometimes it comes through, and you can feel the Canadian, and some of the skits that are definitely Canadian forward, and you're like, I don't really understand. But the
humor, we don't really get the hoser humor.
But still, like SCTV, man, such a good show. Great skit comedy. Definitely watch this documentary if you haven't yet, especially if you're a homer for Martin Short like I am.
And then if you're on Netflix, my documentary choice is also on Netflix. And it has 2 things that I love, strategy games and things in your butt. So we're going to watch Chessmates, Untold Chessmates, part of the Untold series.
So it's about chess?
It's about chess.
You ever play chess?
I've played some chess in my day, but strategy games in general, I appreciate poker, jiu-jitsu, like strategy things like that. Chess is a good game. I would love to play it better. I would love to play it better. I'd love to play it better.
It only matters is this.
Yeah, I would love to play it better. I don't have time to commit to it, but
chess.com is perfect because you can literally
it talks all about chess.com.
Start a match.
It talks about the greatest player in the world and his rival, and it's an interesting rivalry.
Yeah, I played a lot younger. I haven't, I don't really. Most of my friends, I just want to play video games, and none of them's like, let's start chess stuff,
which is also strategy games.
Yeah, it's a different strategy.
Yeah.
Chess what?
It's Untold, part of the Untold series, Chessmates.
Chessmates. All right, cool. As always, we do this Thursday, 9 a.m. during my show, Jay's show, at 6 p.m. Watch it on Facebook or YouTube at 9 every Thursday, or you can download it for free as a free podcast from our 104.7 The Cave app.
Yeah.
Great thing to do if you're bored and the kids are driving you crazy and you want to just check out and kill some sun.
Listen to us for 8 hours.
Listen to us for 8 hours. Get those spins up. Like, share, subscribe. As always, I'm Mike the Intern. That's Jay Stevens reminding you we watch movies so you don't have to.
So you don't
It's
have
Dark Side of the
to.
Stream on 104.7 The Cave.